In this video, you are getting the exact step-by-step roadmap to build a $10,000 emergency fund in the USA from absolute scratch. Here is what we are covering today: how to calculate your exact emergency number, the hidden bank accounts paying 5% interest, the automation trick so you never fail, quick speed boosters to hit your goal fast. If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, this is your blueprint. According to a recent study, nearly 60% of Americans cannot afford a sudden $1,000 emergency expense. They have to rely on credit cards, borrow from family, or fall into deep debt. But today, we are going to make sure you are not part of that statistic. Welcome back to Smart Bucks USA. Today, I'm giving you a realistic, no BS roadmap to build a $10,000 emergency fund from scratch. Whether you make $40,000 a year or $100,000, this four-step system will protect you from job losses, medical emergencies, and unexpected car repairs. Let's get your finances bulletproof. Step 1. Define your real number. First, let's understand why the goal is $10,000. Most people think an emergency fund is just extra savings, but it's much bigger than that. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. It's a thing that protects you when life suddenly becomes expensive. Because emergencies don't send warnings. Your car breaks down unexpectedly. A medical bill shows up out of nowhere. Your work hours get cut. You lose your job. Your rent increases. Or suddenly, something major in your house needs repairs. And if you don't have savings, one bad month can turn into years of debt. That's why experts recommend having at least 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses saved up. And pay attention to the word essential. We are talking about rent or mortgage, groceries, insurance, utilities, transportation, minimum debt payments, not dining out, Netflix, shopping, vacations, expensive upgrades. This is survival money, protection money, peace of mind money. Now let's make the math simple. If your bare minimum monthly expenses are around $3,000, then 3 months of expenses equals roughly $9,000. That's why a $10,000 emergency fund is such a powerful target. It gives you breathing room. It buys you time. And most importantly, it keeps emergencies from becoming financial disasters. So here's what I want you to do right now. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. Write down every single non-negotiable monthly expense you absolutely must pay to survive. Then multiply that number by 3. That number is your emergency fund target. Not your dream lifestyle number, not your luxury budget, your survival number. Because once you know your real target, saving money stops feeling random and starts becoming a real financial mission. Step 2, the hidden bank account. Step 2 is where most people completely fail when building an emergency fund. They save money for a few weeks, maybe even a few months. But then suddenly, the money disappears. Why? Because they keep their emergency fund in the same checking account they use every single day for coffee, food delivery, shopping, gas, and random impulse purchases. And here's the truth. If you constantly see the money, eventually you'll spend the money. Your brain starts treating the savings account like available cash. You tell yourself, I'll replace it later. I'll only use a little. I deserve this purchase. And before you know it, your emergency fund becomes a vacation fund or a shopping fund or disappears completely. That's why you need what I call a hidden bank account. A completely separate high yield savings account, also known as an HYSA. This account should not be connected to your daily spending habits. Its job is simple: protect your future. Now, here's the best part. Not only does an HYSA keep your money out of sight, it also pays you much more interest than a traditional bank. Right now, many online banks like Ali Bank, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and Sophie are paying around 4% to 5% annual interest. Meanwhile, most traditional banks are paying people basically nothing, sometimes as low as 0.01%. That means your money is literally losing value sitting in a regular savings account because inflation eats away at it. But with a high yield savings account, your emergency fund actually starts growing on its own. Imagine keeping $10,000 in a normal bank account and earning almost nothing, versus keeping that same $10,000 in an HYSA and earning hundreds of dollars per year just for letting it sit there safely. That's free money. And remember, the goal of an emergency fund is not to make you rich overnight. The goal is security, stability, peace of mind. You want this money to be safe, liquid, easy to access during emergencies, but not too easy to spend emotionally. That balance is extremely important. So here's your action step. Open a separate high-yield savings account dedicated only to emergencies. Rename the account something powerful like Financial Freedom, Safety Net, Never Broke Again, Emergency Shield. Because psychologically, when you give your savings a mission, you're far more likely to protect it, out of sight, out of temptation, and quietly growing every single month. Step 3. Automate the defense. Now let's talk about the most powerful part of building an emergency fund: automation. Because here's the mistake most people make. They wait until the end of the month and try to save whatever is left over. And guess what? There's usually nothing left. Life happens, bills happen, impulse purchases happen, and somehow the paycheck disappears before savings ever gets a chance. That's why wealthy people don't save money last. They pay themselves first. The moment your paycheck hits your account, a portion of that money should automatically move into your emergency fund before you even touch it. No thinking, no debating, no relying on motivation. Just automatic progress happening quietly in the background. Because the truth is, willpower is unreliable. Some days you feel disciplined, some days you don't. But automation removes emotion from the equation completely. And that's how real financial systems are built. Now I know some people hear this and think, well, I can't afford to save a huge amount right now. That's okay. Start small. Even $50 a week matters. Even $100 a week matters. Because consistency beats intensity every single time. Let's do the math. If you automatically transfer just $200 from every bi-weekly paycheck into your emergency fund, that's about $400 per month. Over 1 year, you'll have more than $5,000 saved without needing to constantly think about it. And if you increase that amount over time, maybe after a raise, bonus, or side hustle income, you can hit $10,000 much faster than you think. The real magic happens because your brain adapts. When the money disappears automatically, you stop treating it like spending money. You naturally learn to live on what remains, and over time, your lifestyle adjusts without feeling painful. This is exactly why automatic investing and automatic saving work so well. They remove human weakness from the system. No excuses, no procrastination, no emotional spending decisions, just steady progress month after month. So here's your action step. Today, not tomorrow, set up an automatic transfer directly from your paycheck or checking account into your high yield savings account. Treat it like a mandatory bill because your future financial security deserves to get paid too. Automation beats motivation. Automation beats willpower. And automation is how ordinary people quietly build extraordinary financial stability. Step 4. The speed boosters. Now, if you really want to reach that $10,000 emergency fund fast, you need what I call speed boosters because saving money is not only about discipline, it's also about momentum. And there are two powerful ways to speed this process up dramatically. Number 1, the cutback. And no, this does not mean you have to live miserably or stop enjoying life completely. But you do need to become aware of where your money is quietly leaking every month. Most people have no idea how much money disappears through small daily habits. So here's your challenge. Open your bank statement from last month and look at it honestly. You'll probably notice streaming subscriptions you forgot about, random Amazon purchases, food delivery fees, daily coffee runs, impulse shopping, convenience spending. Individually, these purchases feel small, but together, they silently destroy your savings potential. For example, if you cancel just 3 unused subscriptions, cut back on Uber Eats or DoorDash for 30 days, and reduce a few impulse purchases, you could easily free up an extra $200 to $300 per month. That's potentially thousands of dollars per year. And remember, this isn't forever. You're making temporary sacrifices for permanent financial security because once your emergency fund is built, life becomes far less stressful. Now let's talk about the second speed booster, the inflow. This is where most people make a huge mistake. Anytime extra money enters their life, they immediately spend it. Tax refund, vacation, bonus check, shopping spree, side hustle income, new gadgets. But financially smart people use windfalls differently. They use them to strengthen their future. So from now on, any unexpected money should go directly into your emergency fund. No exceptions. That means tax refunds, work bonuses, cashback rewards, side hustle income, freelance payments, birthday money, selling old stuff online. Every extra dollar becomes fuel for your financial safety net. And this is where things get exciting. Because your emergency fund can suddenly grow much faster than you expected. A single tax refund could add $2,000 overnight. A bonus check could push you past a major milestone. A side hustle could shave months off your timeline. This is how people build savings quickly, not through one giant sacrifice, but through intentional small decisions repeated consistently. So here's your action step. This week, 1. Audit your spending. 2. Identify 3 things you can temporarily cut back on. 3. Commit all unexpected income directly into your emergency fund, because every dollar you save today is one less dollar you'll have to borrow during an emergency tomorrow. Conclusion and CTA. An emergency fund isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. It's knowing that if something goes wrong tomorrow, you can sleep soundly at night. If you are ready to take control of your future, smash that like button. Comment below with, "My safety net is ready," to commit to this goal. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Bucks USA because in our next video, we are going to talk about how to budget when inflation is high. Stay smart and see you next time.